Welcome to day 3 of my Halloween series, Beginning with a Beginner. Hi, I'm Kizzy. In today's video, I'm going to add a charm and some other embellishments to my junk journal. This is just to pretty it up, and the prettier it is, the more I'll want to pull it out and work in it. I also want to create a way to hold it closed because it's so thick, and also I want to trim these pages that are sticking out. And I love this amazing charm that I found at the craft thrift store, so I definitely want to put it on and hang it off the side here. I have my thread, the tops of the gift bags I saved that I made pages out of, this really cute black and silver butterfly I bought at the Dollar Tree years ago that I've had stored away that clips on. I want to use this somehow. And also I have these pages that I want to tip in. I'm going to use my Halloween washi tape to do that. I also have these great rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree that match the whole aesthetic of the cover. I have my tiny hole puncher that I've had for years. And I also have this makeup brush from the Dollar Tree along with some used ink pads that I grabbed from the craft thrift store for about 50 cents each. And as always, I have my trusty popsicle stick to help with the rub-on transfers. Okay, first let's get rid of some of these pages that are still sticking out over the edges, which are mostly the napkins. I'm going to just trim those right off. Let's see how that looks. Oops, I left one. But why don't I just make some fringe out of it and see how that looks? There, I like that better. Next, let me find a good place to tip in these couple pages that got left out the first time around. As if my signature isn't, thick enough. I don't know why it's called tip in when you actually tape the pages in. Maybe they could be called tape ins. I'm going to use this spider web washi tape. I'll lay the edge of the paper down and then put the middle of the washi tape so that half of the washi tape is hanging off and it can stick to the journal page where I'm trying to tape in and fit it in. I'm sure I'm not explaining that exactly right, but you'll be able to see the process. Oops, almost used my fabric scissors there. Oh, the horror. Okay, rub it in there really good where it sticks, and then you can trim off any excess of the washi tape. If the page turns easily, it's a success. I also have this graph piece of paper I want to go in here somewhere, so I'm going to repeat the process. This page doesn't turn as easily, so I'll need to cut a little. There we go. All done with my couple of tip-ins. Next, I want to add some brown and green color to a couple pages, almost like a distress, but without the proper tools. I just want to see how it turns out. It's not awful, but I can see that I need to cut the point off of this makeup brush. And I don't mind cutting it because it was very inexpensive. But let me go ahead and try one more page and let me see how that turns out. But, oops, hold on. I lost my ink. Oh, found it. Let me get back to my page. These are some rookie moves, but I did mention in all of this that I'm a beginner, so I'll get better as these videos progress. Okay, I like how that turned out. Just some fun things to add before the main decorating begins. Next, I'm going to do a rub-on transfer. I think I'll add it to a tea-stained page. These are simple. You take the transfer and you put it against the page and simply rub it really hard with either your finger or something like this popsicle stick until the picture transfers. They are so cute and fun, and I noticed that the Dollar Tree had some colored ones, but I really like the black and white. I'm probably overdoing it here, but I really want it to work. And here we just peel off the plastic. And yeah, that looks so good on the paper. Very spooky. Okay, let's get the tops of the treat bags that I cut off added to the inside covers. I think they'll look really cute if they poke out just a little at the top and around the bottom of the edges. I'm going to use my Raven washi tape to put them in place. I think that might stay, but if it doesn't, I'll reinforce it later with some clear box tape. I'm going to just put one piece over each side and smooth it down. I think that looks really cute. In a minute, I'll get a better angle where I can show it off a little better. I know I kind of pushed it out of the screen there. Next, I'll put one on the bottom, the same way on the inside back cover with the same washi tape. I could switch it up, but this is some of my favorite Halloween washi tape, and it goes really nicely with the black and white. There, I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Let me clean up my area a little bit before I move on to the next part. I'm ready to add my charm. I'm going to use this little hole puncher that I've had for years. I think maybe I used it to add charms to some business cards for something else. I'm going to pop a hole right here at the top. And it takes 2 hands. there we go. You hear the little pop and you have the little hole. And I'm noticing that the thread I want to use is too big, so I'll have to pull apart some embroidery thread and use a smaller needle to get this through. I'm not sure I'm going to like that as much as the thicker thread, but I don't want to make a bigger hole. So I'm just going to have to go with what we have for now. Here we go, needle and thread, and loop this through. I really appreciate you spending time with me today as I get this Halloween junk journal ready to decorate. I hope you'll keep coming back to see how I work inside of it. If you could like this video and then subscribe to see what I'll be working on next month and throughout the next coming year. Ooh, I should have kept my needle on a little longer to go through here, but I got a little ahead of myself. That's okay, I'll just work it through and then tie it around. Like I said, I'm not sure I'm going to leave it this way with the thinner thread, but for now it'll work. I really like the dangly charms here, and this is a pretty big charm. Pick my length for where I want it to dangle, and then I'm just going to tie it off. What do you think? I think it looks really fun, and I think junk journals should have some funky charms there. The last thing I want to do is make a way to close up my journal, and I have this bright orange ribbon that's also been sitting in my collection for a few years. I'm simply going to wrap it around. So I'm going to measure it out by eyeballing it and then give it a cut. I want to give the edges little angles to make it prettier. Let's see how this works. I'll pull it tight and tie a pretty bow on the front. And that's where I'm going to add my silver and black butterfly. It just clips right on. And I think that looks so pretty, and I'm excited to work in it. How do you guys think it turned out? Just leave me a comment. Let me know if this is the type of embellishments that you work on, how your journals for Halloween have turned out, and what you're going to be working on in November. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.